Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is titled, What Do They Secretly Admire About You? I have three piles for you to choose from. You are welcome to pick as many as you'd like, but remember to pick using your intuition. I'm going to give you all a second to pick, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. And also, I want to let you know that my heater is on auto, so you may hear it in the background. Please disregard that noise. Thank you. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and get started with pile number one. So, pile number one, what do they secretly admire about you? So, they admire your internal beauty, your otherworldly energy, and your creation. So, pile number one, you are somebody who is very physically beautiful, but you have that internal beauty to match, which is very rare to find. You could be like, your human design could be a manifester, or you could be an INFJ because you have a very idealistic kind of personality where you want to see people happy. You want to see people doing good. You want to see people living their best lives. And believe it or not, pal number one, a lot of people don't feel that way. So you have a very beautiful heart, okay? And it's a gift to the world. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. That's why you give off an otherworldly energy. You're also somebody, you bring beauty everywhere you go. So you're good at decorating. You're good at, you could be an artist and you have some form of art, whether you sew, whether you do hair, you do nails, makeup, whether you're a barber, whether you crochet or knit, or you make hats or clothing, purses, jewelry, whatever it is. You can make grills for people's teeth or jewels for their teeth. Okay, whatever that is, you're an artist and people admire this about you. You could be a painter, you could be a digital creator, but whatever that is, people really admire that secretly. The next card that we have is creativity. So you are very creative. You can birth things. You make things pretty. You have a talent for beautifying things around you. And you could also have a really beautiful aesthetic, and this is something people secretly admire about you. The next card we have is the fire element. So you could do something with fire. So maybe you weld and you make things, and this is something people secretly admire. But for others of you in which that doesn't resonate, it's like you could be a fire sign, whether you are a Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. And this could be in your birth chart. And if not, you just have this energy where you're passionate about your creations and you have a drive and an ambition. And people admire this about you because it shows in your creations. You can see the effort you put into it. The next card we have is the beauty card. So again, you're physically beautiful, but you know how to make things beautiful and people beautiful. Okay, so you could be a tattoo artist here. You could be somebody who is a makeup artist as well, or you like to draw henna on people, but you like to decorate people as well as houses and things. Like, you're really good with decorating. Okay, you have a talent for that. And if you aren't monetizing that, I would. Okay, this is something people secretly admire about you. The next card we have is Venus. So you're very creative. I feel like your purpose is to be someone who creates. And then we have the word art again. So yeah, art is very significant for you, pile number one. People secretly enjoy your art. I feel like you could have art that really speaks to people, that's very profound and meaningful. And this is something people secretly admire about you. I feel like also people admire the way that you love on other people with that Venus energy, the way you care about people, the way you cater to your friends and your family and your partner's needs. It's like you are a good person to be in somebody's life, whether you're a friend, whether it's romantic, whether you're a coworker, whether you're a family member. Like, you are just a blessing to all the people that you're around, pile number one. And that's something that people secretly admire about you. The next card we have is a 12th house. So there's that otherworldly energy. You could be a Pisces here, but take what resonates. You could also make music that people secretly admire, or you're really good at singing. Okay. You could also be a tarot reader here or a psychic, or you're a spiritualist in some way, and you could have a platform. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. But if not, it's like you have intuitive abilities that help people. So you give people the advice that they need at the right time, and they're grateful to you. Okay. This is something people secretly admire about you. People also think that you have pretty feet. No matter your gender, people find your feet to be alluring and attractive because you know there are people with foot fetishes, okay? But yeah, this is something that people secretly admire about you. And then we have the last card, which says, I will do anything for you. So this is kind of that energy of people simping for you. So no matter your gender, you could have some form of pretty privilege. And it's like, people want to give to you, people want to please you, people want to make you smile, they want to make you happy, they want to do anything. So when you go in public places, you could get really good treatment, or people could give you extra things, like especially if it's like a food place. Like that's the kind of energy that's coming through. But it's like you don't use your beauty to try to manipulate people, and this is what makes people admire you and fall in love with you even more. It's like you have this energy that's very gentle, and it's like a lot of people end up liking you and having a crush on you, and you may be the kind of person that has no idea because you're just in your own world spreading love. But yeah, that is what people secretly admire about you. Let's get to the channel messages. So pile number one, the color red is significant. You look really good in red and pink. People admire how you're a great partner and friend, a good companion. You're psychic, okay? You could be a tarot reader. We talked about that. You can see beyond the veil and access the unknown. You're someone who's very charming, okay? And we talked about you being an artist. So those are the things that people secretly admire about you, pile number one. We're going to move on to pile number two. So pile number two, what do people secretly admire about you? People admire how tidy your home is, how neat it is, but also how you look tidy. Like you're the type of person where your nails are going to look good or be filed. Your clothes are going to be starched and pressed and ironed. Like you're going to be a person that's very tidy. So I'm picking up a lot of Virgo energy, and you could be a Virgo because we got Virgo energy within the cards that we're going to get into. But it's like people see this neatness with you. You may even have really nice handwriting or neat handwriting. And this is something people secretly admire about you because you took the time to focus on the details. People really enjoy that about you, like the details. You could be the kind of person that in your style is very detail oriented. I'm picking that up specifically in your fashion. This is something that people secretly admire about you. You're also very courageous. Like you're the one in your family doing something different from the rest. Like you're not afraid to be different. You're not afraid to be bold. And this is something that people find attractive about you. And it's something that they secretly admire. And lastly, you're healthy. So health in all forms, like you're very mindful about what you consume mentally. You're very mindful about who you're around, who you talk to, who you tell your personal business to. You're very mindful about the energies you keep around you. And this is something that people secretly admire about you because they know that it's rare for you to really give people a chance because you are selective, and you also are somebody that you care about your energy, you care about your image, you care about the things that you're building, and you don't allow people around you that are going to sabotage that or bring negative energy in any way. And this is something that people find, I keep getting attractive. And that was the reading that I did like a couple hours ago. So you may resonate with pile number two from that reading. But yeah, you're also somebody who takes good care of their health. So you eat really healthy. You could be somebody who chooses organic options or options that are more beneficial for you in terms of like nutrients and vitamins. And this is something that people find attractive. I keep saying that. I'm not trying to say attractive. I really keep trying to say this is something that people secretly admire about you. So you are very attractive to people. They admire your physicality, okay? Let's get into your cards. So the first card that we have is you have a beautiful smile. So yeah, people really like your smile. People are really attracted to you. It's like your smile draws people in. Then we have the sixth house, which is Virgo. So people secretly admire the routines you set for yourself. Like if you are hanging out with people and you tell them like, hey, I'm leaving at 8 o'clock and it's 7 At 7:55, you're going to be talking to people, hugging them, taking pictures, and letting them know, like, hey, I'm about to leave. And let's say it's like an event where there's food, you're going to pack you a plate and you're going to leave. And by 9:58, you're going to be in your car and you're going to adjust things, get it to the right set, and put on that playlist. And by 9:59, you're out of there. So you're somebody, I said 9:59, but 7:59, you're out of there. So at 8 o'clock, you're gone. So you are somebody who you mean what you say. And when you say that you're going to leave or you have to do something, you stick to that. Like you don't give up on something because you're hanging out with people. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm going to call into work today because I want to hang out with my friends. Like you're like, no, I'm going to get to the bag. I'm going to see y'all later. Okay. You are somebody that's serious about your stability and your finances, and this is something that people secretly admire about you. When you do something, you're dedicated, and that's what they admire. The next card that we have is a Two of Pentacles. So you're really good at balancing things. You're really good at paying your bills. You can have a good credit score because I'm picking up somebody that's really good with money, but also like you're good at balancing work and play, your romantic relationships and your career. Like you know how to keep them balanced to where they're not colliding. You also could have multiple forms of income, multiple jobs, or just multiple talents and hobbies that you balance so well. Like have you ever heard that saying, like you wear many hats? You have that energy to you, pound number two. Okay. Take what resonates. The next card we have is the sixth house again, Virgo energy. So you could also be somebody that communicates very well, and this is something that people secretly admire about you. You could be courageous in the things you say. So maybe you speak out on certain things, especially within your family. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. And then we have fruits and veggies on this card. So you may be into farming, growing your own food. Yeah, you may be into farming and growing your own food and things like that. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. It's making me think about Drika Gates because she has her own farm. So you may watch her content or be familiar with her in some way. Okay. Take what resonates. But yeah, you're really good at cooking. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. You like to use fresh ingredients. I feel like you could even be good at like making things out of things you use from the earth. So you could be somebody that could make skincare products, things like that. You could make organic baby food too. That's coming through. So somebody here could have children and you may like to make organic things for them. Take what resonates, okay? And this is something people secretly admire because you're starting your child off early with fruits and veggies so that they lead a healthier lifestyle. Let's get into the next card. So we have daring. So yeah, you are the one that is bold enough and brave enough to do things different from the rest. This is what people secretly admire about you. I feel like in your family, pal number two, you're the generational curse breaker. You're the one that's going to do things different. You're the one that is going to lead the pack. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, you're going to start the revolution here. And you stay true to yourself. And this is something that people secretly admire about you because you don't care if public opinion is against what you're saying. You're going to stand 10 toes down on your opinion and your beliefs. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. Like, let's say, for example, like your family is a certain religion, but you're not that religion anymore. Like, you really don't care what they think. And this is something that's admired secretly because you could have other family members that want to do the same thing as you and want to be as free as you, but they're held back by the judgment of what other family members think. So you're one of the bravest people in your family because you're doing things different than tradition. And this is what they secretly admire about you. The last card we have is Omen. So I feel like you give people messages. You give people messages at the right time with Virgo energy. There's something about you saying things and or you speak things into existence here, and this is what people secretly admire about you. You could be good at manifesting with words or through scripting. Also, you could be somebody who is spiritual and you take the signs from the universe and you interpret them well. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. Like maybe you bring these messages to other people. You could be a medium and you could communicate with people that have passed on as well. And this is something people secretly admire about you. So you kind of give off a little bit of number one's energy because it was coming off as a spiritual practitioner. So you may come from that pile. Take what resonates, okay? But if not, you do have this energy of having intuitive gifts as well, okay? And then the last card we have is a song by Aaliyah called One in a Million. So, yeah, you are the one in your family that is chosen to be different. And that's okay because you are changing the trajectory of so many things. You are healing your bloodline in so many ways, pile number 2. So remember that and don't give up on your journey. Stay true to who you are and who you want to be, and be that trailblazer and make things different. Be that ancestor that they always refer to. Like, you're going to be the ancestor. Excuse me, I'm talking fast, but you're going to be the ancestor that they're going to tell stories about around the campfire, because you're going to be that legendary, because I'm seeing Django. So it's that kind of energy. So keep up the good work, pile number 2. Let's get into your channel messages and then we're going to end your reading. So pile number 2, you have this energy of being a badass, being a rebel, and the movie Divergent was coming up. And remember the Dauntless group? It's like you have that kind of energy at the moment. You could have an athletic build, okay? And you're a free spirit. You communicate very well. You're a great worker or planner or an event planner, okay? This is something people secretly admire about you. People love how you always come with the facts, okay? You could be really good at debating, and this is something that people secretly admire about you. You also could have a polished, clean, sleek look, and that's Virgo energy, because they don't like to be out of place. Like, they like to have everything well, like their clothes is nice, they smell good, the hair, everything is cut to the T, okay? And this is something people secretly admire about you, how detail oriented you are within your work and within your style. And lastly, the way you eat, your health, the way you take care of yourself, not just your mental health, but your emotional health. Like, you take care of everything and it shows, because you're somebody that you're aging backwards, pile number 2, okay? And that's something people secretly admire about you. We're going to go ahead and move on to our last pile number 3. So, pile number 3, what do people secretly admire about you? They admire how you are an individual. You are unique. You are your own person. Okay. And a lot of what you say and the things you think can make a difference. Pile number 3, people feel like what you say could make a difference. So you could write a book. And I'm picking up somebody who's into like politics. So if you've read like Bell Hooks, you could be like a feminist here. Take what resonates. And this is something people secretly admire about you, because I'm picking up a person that's into politics, and you may know things on the state level. So you could be somebody who knows how to vote locally. You know about the issues at hand, and you could be somebody that's wanting to help. So maybe you want to run for some type of position in your city or in your state, and maybe you want to be a politician here. Okay, take what resonates. That could be confirmation for you. But somebody here has a strong sense of justice. You may work in a law system, in the legal system. You may do something in the courts, because I'm picking that up specifically. Take what resonates here, okay? But if not, it's this energy of you being an activist, and you stand up for the people who are silent and for marginalized communities, because I'm picking up Audre Lorde. So you may be somebody who is very invested in like women's rights. You may be somebody who understands race, gender, and class, and intersectionality, and just how that impacts how people are treated, okay? And this is something that people secretly admire about you. So the first card, guess what it is? Guess Aquarius. Very unconventional. People like how you think differently. They like how you have compassion for people and how you bring things to light. This is something people secretly admire about you. So you could be a really good speaker. You could speak in front of crowds about injustices and help bring real change. And then we have Aquarius again with the 11th house. So this was representing society. So you are somebody that could help society at large with your words, with your vision, and your humanitarianism. Okay, this is something that people secretly admire about you. They like how you can network and how you can find out things. You may be somebody who's really good in like history and writing. You could, like I said, you could be a writer, or you could write research and really have some groundbreaking research that could change some things, or just your mindset, because this doesn't even have to be research. You could do a podcast, you could make a post that goes viral, whatever it is. It's like your mind is valuable. You have some gems in your mind, pad number 3, and you need to start sharing what you think with people, because it can be pivotal up. I'm getting tongue twisted. Pivotal. It's gonna help society pivot. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah. That's the energy coming through. We also have tattoos. People could secretly admire your tattoos, okay? So you could have tattoos that are colorful, that are meaningful, that stand out in some way, that may make a statement, and this is something people secretly admire about you. Then we have hips. So no matter your gender, people are attracted to your hips. You can have nice hips. It's just something about your hips that people are attracted to in some way, and this is something that they secretly admire. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. So you are a fast moving person. I feel like you have compassion, but you carry like this collective anger, and it's an anger where you don't like people being mistreated. It's the anger of injustice, and it's like you use that energy, you alchemize that anger to make things better for other people. So you could work alongside marginalized communities, you could work at homeless shelters, you could work with women who've been in like DV situations. It's like you really care about other people and making things better for them, okay? This is something people secretly admire about you. Maybe you're always volunteering. Maybe you work at some type of clinic as well. Because I feel like you represent women in some way, regardless of your gender. Okay. Take what resonates. The next card that we have is perspective. So, like I said, you need to start speaking your mind because the things that you have to say are of value and they could really make a difference in other people's lives. So, I would recommend writing an article, an essay, a book, whatever it is, because your words hold value. And you don't even have to have a degree. You don't even have to be well versed in these things, but it's the fact that your soul is leading you to this and calling you towards helping people and getting them that justice. That's what I'm picking up strongly. And if this doesn't resonate, please select another pile. Thank you. The next card that we have is pride. So you could be somebody who has a lot of pride in your culture. Also, I feel like your hairstyle is something that people really admire. Maybe you wear your natural hair in a place where people don't have the kind of hair you have, and it makes a statement, okay? And this is something people admire, the pride you have in yourself and your culture. You may be from a marginalized community, pile number 3, and you have pride in that. And this is something people secretly admire because other people within your culture start to have pride within it as well. So you rub off on people in a positive way when it comes to that, pile number 3. And this is what they secretly admire. The last card we have is calm. So you're somebody who you're peaceful. Even though you have that collective anger and you use it to help other people, you still do peaceful protest. That's the energy I'm picking up. Like peaceful energy. Like you're the more of the non-violent type. Like you rather talk about things and have like conversations that lead to better understandings rather than going and fighting and just doing all of that. Like you're not that kind of person, okay? And this is something people secretly admire about you, and it makes you a great leader because you can think with a clear mind and a clear conscience when you're calm. And this is something that people secretly admire about you. They feel like you could be a leader, but they also like your attitude and your energy. Okay, people feel like you will be a good candidate for whatever you're trying to do. So keep doing that, okay? Especially if it's in the form of politics or I'm getting that strongly, okay? I'm picking that up. I don't pick up anything else but that, so that's how I know it's that. Let's read the channel messages and then in your reading, pile number 3. You're very intellectual, okay? You're very well read and educated. This is something people secretly admire about you, okay? So you could be an activist. We talked about that. Being into politics, you could be interested in helping your city and advocating for marginalized communities. You're passionate about helping people and you want people to be seen by the court system. So you could be in law in some way, or you like to watch law shows, okay? And this is something that people secretly admire about you. Your hair could be shiny and voluminous, okay? There's something about your hair that people really like. You could have big hair, or you like to wear afro a lot, okay? Or you keep your hair braided, but whatever it is, people really like it. It suits you. But those are your channel messages, pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for coming to this reading. I really appreciate all the love. And I appreciate everybody's patience because I am experimenting with my style. So I'm coming up with all new types of designs. So please be patient like you've been doing. I appreciate it. And more is in store. Also, be sure to check out my Patreon because I do channel messages every now and then. So like I said, if I'm ever not posting on YouTube, you can find some content there. And those channel messages are for all members, regardless if you're free or paid, okay? Okay, thank you so much. Mwah. Peace.